Hey, my name is Winter Paul. I'm 23 years old. I was born in Pentonville, Haiti. It's located in the Caribbean, right beside the Dominican Republic. It's one of the first black independent countries in the world. I came to the United States when I was 6 years old on March of 2001. When I first came here, I didn't speak any English. I only spoke Creole, which was the slang of French in my country. And for the first 5 years, everything was a struggle for me. It was hard communicating with everybody else because of my language barrier. Um, my mother was strict at home. She always made me even practice English after school was over. I wasn't fluent in English until I was 6 years old, and by that time I moved to Richmond, Virginia. When I was in middle school, most of the people I hanged around is the people that like stuff like anime and things of comic books and things such as that. Um, due to me hanging around them, I kind of grew an interest in art, and I will always be at the library, either online, watching animation, looking at manga or comic books. I would always be reading or looking at something that's related to comic or art. When I was in high school, I took my first art class. I did painting, a little bit of sculpture, and I did a lot of ceramics, and it was a little bit tedious because I wasn't familiar with it, but I grew to like it. But I never thought of pursuing a degree in there. My parents were the type of people that always told me to stick to things such as engineering. And my father, since I was 7 years old, always wanted me to be a mechanical engineer. And until my junior year of high school, my mind was set up to be that. Until I went to a career fair where a man asked me what degree would I be pursuing? What do you think I like or what I want to do in college? And I told him I want to be a mechanical engineer. And he asked me why. And I told him the truth. It's what my parents want from me. And then he asked me, do I like it? Would I like it? And I told him honestly, probably no, because it's not that I'm bad in math or anything like that. It's just that I prefer not to do it. It's not something that I take interest in. And so he told me I should go home and think about it and really think about what would happen if I would go into that field, and if I lack interest in it, how would that affect me and the classes I would take of it. And so I did think about it. I think about it for a couple of days, in fact, and that's when I started changing my mind on what I'll be doing in college. And during this time, I started to get more serious in the arts. This is where I started to look up, applications such as Photoshops, well, most Adobe applications, and just I downloaded the trials just to see how to work with it or what can I do with it. And it wasn't hard at first. It's just that I wasn't familiar with the application, and I didn't know I didn't even know how to open the file. But thanks to YouTube, I kind of got a basic understanding of it. And since that day, I set my mind up, oh, I'll be a graphic designer. And during that time of my senior year, I started practicing more of it. I even had a bootleg version of Photoshop, which where I started just practicing, trying to do different things that I see on YouTube. And by the time I graduated, I already know what I want to do. And it she wasn't my first choice, but certain things happen in life, and this is why I'm here now, and I'm glad to be here. I'm glad it's my last semester. Thank you for listening.